Another day, yet another spicy rumor about the iPhone 16. This time it's coming from a source, the news outlet known as The Elec. According to their report, both the iPhone 16 Pro and Pro Max models will be equipped with a telephoto zoom lens. This lens is said to take zoom photos to a level of zoominess. It's interesting to note that this lens, initially introduced with the Pro Max model this year, will now be available in the Pro model as well, catering to those of us with normal-sized hands. The report also mentions that Apple has teamed up with LG for the manufacturing of these lenses. Now let's discuss how exciting and delightful this development truly is. It was disappointing when the iPhone 15 Pro missed out on the 5x zoom lens upgrade. It does make sense if we think about it. Tim Hardwick from Mac Rumors shares his perspective on why it would be logical for the iPhone 16 Pro to receive an upgraded zoom lens. Other sources also seem to agree, considering that the 16 Pro and Pro Max are expected to have displays of 6.3 and 6.9 inches. With space in the phone's body, it becomes possible to accommodate a lens. Looking at Elec's report, they extensively discuss LG's increased production volume, which I believe is the reason why Apple can confidently include a 5x lens in the iPhone 16 Pro and not just in the Pro Max model. Honestly, when I consider this, it doesn't really seem like a matter of size to me. We can't simply justify it by saying that it only came on the 15 Pro Max and not the regular Pro, because the Pro Max is a phone with space for a zoom lens. I don't believe that's the reason. In fact, that it will be available on the 16 Pro as the same size this year suggests to me that size wasn't the determining factor. I think they initially introduced it on the Pro Max and not both models due to constraints. It seems like they had to make a decision to implement this feature on one model year because they couldn't produce enough of them at scale within a short time frame for both models. Other manufacturers not need to produce at scale, but also need to align with Apple's desired pricing, which can sometimes pose challenges. Considering all these factors, yeah, unfortunately, it makes sense why the regular model, for people with short hands, didn't receive the Tel Prism lens, while the Pro Max did. For those of you who usually go for the model but ended up with the Pro Max this year, because of that new lens, you might be struggling with the size of that phone. Maybe you should have waited until year for that lens. Now here's a question. Do you think Apple will maintain the price point when transitioning from the 15 Pro to the 16 Pro next year? Will the 16 Pro possibly come equipped with that Tel Prism lens? Share it down below in the comments section, and for more updates you can check out our channel, and I'll see you guys in the next one. See you for the next time. Peace out.